thanks. Hi, Chung. Nice to see you again, Jamie and Eric. Thank you for that kind introduction and sharing your experience. Thank you so much. We're grateful for that. Thank you, Jake. And I like the video that you had, and it's such a good segue to our discussion today. All right, I'm going to spend 30 minutes literally giving you insights. I will not talk about the program. This 30 minutes is essentially about persuasion, okay, and how we can use it effectively, and especially for you in your field. So it's a short time, right? But I will share with you during this time, and then we go about looking at like what Jake said, likability and things like this. Yeah? So I'm going to share a few ideas, a few things. Okay. Now I spoke to you before previously, but it was a little bit rushed. There are some things that we cover again slightly so that it makes good sense when you see it in whole. Okay. The topic today is about getting to yes. Right. Just now is about rejection, right? Getting your no's, right? Yeah. Yeah. But then how do you get to yes? Eventually, he was trying to get to yes too. So let me just share with you, right? Because getting to yes is very important, whether it is professionally, and I'm sure getting to yes is actually what you do. You need to get yes to meet your clients, and then finally yes to your ideas, and finally for them to sign on the dotted line, right? Yeah, and also your personal happiness, isn't it? Yeah, you want that, and as you may already know, in LinkedIn, the persuasion skills are among the top 5 skills. Whether you are in sales or not, it does not matter. Yeah, because even we in fact the biggest clients that we have are corporates and government clients. Yeah, and they want to know how to persuade stakeholders. Okay, members of the public. So there are many applications to this. So persuasion is very important, and many of us have not attended a formal persuasion program. I think for Jake and Joe, probably the first time. Okay, yeah, attending a persuasion program, yeah, and then they found it, yes, very beneficial, whether you're doing sales or recruitment. Okay, now this is a brief, I would say, session that we have. Okay, let me move my slides. Okay, and so this is the deal. Okay, this is the deal that I have for you. Yeah, this 30 minutes talk. Okay, I promise. Okay, this is you're gonna walk away with useful tips to help boost your performance. Okay, so this is what I can provide. Yeah, and to give you the best research in this field of psychology. Okay, so this is a specialized area in psychology where you're looking at how to persuade people to get to yes. Okay, now, however, I need your help. For me to do it alone, pretty tough. Okay, yeah. So I need your help, and I need your full participation. Okay, I need your full participation. So I'm going to. Is that okay? Give me a thumbs up. Even virtually, it's okay. Is that okay? They have your full participation. Just 30 minutes. That's it. Okay, yeah. All right. Now, so I'm going to invite you for this 30 minutes. Thank you. Thank you for your responses. Yeah. Switch on your cameras. Okay, yeah. And then there are a few interactions. Okay. There will be a few interactions for this 30 minutes. And I promise you it is from the interactions that you will get to learn. Okay. Okay. So these things that we are talking about is from Dr. Cialdini. Okay. And he is the godfather of influence. Now, a lot of people ask, is this more art or science? All right. Let me tell you, it is all the way science, almost all the way science. Okay. So there's a science to that means if you do this method versus another method, we can share with you what's your probability of success. Okay. Yeah. To that level. Okay. And there are many studies around it. Okay. So now, if you go have any course, and I've seen some that says the art of persuasion, think twice, okay? Because that means this person didn't evaluate the science, all right? So this is the science that I can share with you, can be taught, and you can learn it. And the most important, you can replicate, okay? You can replicate, you can use it immediately, okay? Now, these 6 principles I'm going to share with you very briefly. They are around. They are around, but we are not aware. It's just like what I like Chung's analogy, the cars are around. But if you don't have the key, you can't use it. So it's like walking into a car park, no? The cars are there. It's around you actually. But then you're not aware even. And then you don't have the key, so you can't use it. So this is where we share with you what's the key, okay? How to activate it. So great analogy, Chung. Okay, now just to give you a very brief idea of how we make decisions as people. Okay, we have decision triggers. Very often we have an overload of information, so it's very difficult to analyze everything. Yeah? And so we create shortcuts. We create shortcuts, and then we do what we call satisficing decisions. Okay, we look for the sufficiently satisfactory solution, and that's it. What is sufficiently satisfactory? We narrow it down, and then that's it, we decide. And it's a lot of decisions when someone say yes to you, to sign up with you. Okay, yeah, there are shortcuts that you may not be aware of that they have decided, right? And they're using it to say yes to you actually. Yeah? And the research has shown as many as 85% of our decisions daily are shortcuts. Okay, many shortcuts we do, right? Okay, now the insight here that I'm going to share with you is that these principles actually act as the decision trigger. Okay, once you activate these principles, then your prospect or the person you're dealing with will find that, oh, I see. Okay, and activates their decision. Yeah, you will trigger their decision to a yes. Yeah. Now, having said that, let me share with you this quotation. Yeah. An earnest and sincere lover buys flowers and candy for the object of his affections. So does the cat. The cat is like a crooked person, right? Okay, who seeks to take advantage of another's heart. But when the cat succeeds, we don't blame the flowers and candy. We rightly question his character. Meaning, once you know, okay, the principles of persuasion. The principles of persuasion is like the flowers and candy. You don't blame the flowers and candy. You cannot blame the principle. You must blame the person if he doesn't use it well. Why? Okay, please use these principles well and ethically. Once you are aware of the principles, there is a risk that some people will use it unethically. Okay, and you will suffer because people will see your character differently. Okay, so please use it ethically, and I will guide you. I'll show you. And okay, now let's talk about liking. Okay, so one of the principles is liking, right? And liking is very simple, right? We say yes to the people that we like, right? Yeah. So you choose to work with people that you like, right? If you have a choice, you will choose the person that you like, right? So liking leads to yes. I have 2 or 3 people pursuing my business, okay, pursuing me, right? Eventually, I will say yes to a person I feel I like, I am comfortable with. So it's very important. It's very important. Even whether I want to meet the person is important. Yeah. So liking leads to yes. Yeah? Now, I like this quotation by Jerry Gitomer. He says, all things being equal, people want to do business with their friends. All things being not so equal, people still want to do business with their friends. Okay, so that means sometimes you are a bit more expensive. Never mind, I still do with you. Yeah. Have you had that experience before? Yes. Yeah. You give business to your friend because you're comfortable with that person. Okay. And it's like that. That's the way it is. Okay. You say it's unfair? No, that's life. We deal with people who we like and we are comfortable. Okay. Now, this has been used again and again. Yeah? For example, with Tupperware, let me share with you. Okay? The research shows the strength of the social bond is twice as likely to determine product purchase as the preference for the product itself. That means the product, okay, yes, it's a good product, but it is the social bond because we like the person, we have a relationship with that person. That's why we buy Tupperware. Yeah. Okay, because they do it to Tupperware parties. All right, yeah. So there's a social element, and we have a case that's interesting. During the program, we actually examine it. So there are things like this, and insurance. So far, the research has not shown yet, but I can tell you there's a great likelihood, okay, that the liking factor is very high to the people that you deal with. Okay, right. So from your experience, what's the best way to increase likability? Yeah, I'm going to do this. Well, I'm going to ask a few of you to answer questions. Okay, yeah. Maybe Douglas. Douglas, you can help me out here. uh, Douglas, are you online?
Sure, sure.
Yes. Okay. Can you just appoint me just two persons who are very likable in this group? Very likable. A lot of people like them. Who are they?
He himself, lor.
I think number one is myself, but never mind. I choose another two.
You can answer it if you want. Two very likable person. Okay, Douglas, you can go ahead answer it if you like.
He himself.
Okay. Okay, I think JT is laughing. There, JT.
JT,
The
JT around.
The next one is Jake, lor.
JT, okay. JT is very likable. Is he JT? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so JT. Okay, so from your experience, what is the best? Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Only Douglas like me.
Only Douglas like you. Okay. What's your experience? How do you increase likability? Why do you think you are likable?
You should ask why he likes me, right?
Ask who? Douglas, is it? Or who?
Yeah. Why you choose? Yeah.
Okay, so Douglas, why do you like? What do you think why it's so likable about him?
I think JT look innocent.
Okay, look
Okay,
innocent.
at least not those garang face lah.
Okay,
First
okay.
thing, I mean, and I think the way he communicate with people is like let people feel that is very genuine. Is what I
Okay,
feel.
so that's interesting. How does he do that?
He always try. He will make me feel like he will act on my interest lah, rather than himself.
Okay. Okay. And how does he do that?
He will
Interesting,
say something. Yeah, he will say something like let's do it together. Then he will say like this kind of thing lah. This kind of
Okay.
thing.
Okay. All right. So he looks presentable and he seems to advocate for you. That's fine. So the question is, you see, when you see someone is likable, but you're not sure sometimes, like, what is it, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, Douglas, pick another person. Another likable person. Okay. Henry. Are you online, Henry?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
Hi. What makes you likable, Henry?
I wouldn't describe myself as likable.
You think so?
I really wouldn't. I genuinely wouldn't.
Okay.
I would describe myself more as dependable. More than
Dependable. Okay. Dependable. Very good. Okay. All right. What makes you think you're not likable, Henry?
What makes me think I'm not likable? Because I'm a straight talker. I don't. I'm a straight talker. That's the truth about me. I don't mince my. I don't hide my feelings.
Okay.
I don't
that
scheme
could be,
yeah.
Actually, sincerity is one of the factors that affect, that people like you actually. Yeah. So there's a trust factor, but there's a likable factor also.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see, sometimes you don't view yourself as likable, but hey, you'll be surprised. The science shows that there are few factors that increases likability. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to share with you a couple of things now, right, on likability. Let me get this slide out. Okay, yeah. Now I'm going to share a few things. There were one of them. Well, very simple, Okay, pictures, smile, and mirror. Okay, yeah. Pictures affect. Okay, pictures affect, and how smiles affect, and how a mirror affects you. Yeah. Okay, so that's why I asked you just now. Okay, pictures will be one. Okay, yeah, in this research, they did this, Franzen and Davis did this research. They find that by just showing pictures of people, okay, before you even meet, likability happens. Okay, yeah. So pictures do affect your impression of other people. And that's why I asked you to switch on your cameras actually. Yeah, so because when you see each other, there's an effect. Okay, now what's the application for this? If you know that pictures affect likability, before you meet, right? Yeah, you can actually send off a short write-up with yourself, okay, with the other person, okay, and have a nice picture there. So whatever profiles you have, good picture on it. Yeah. On Zoom, have a good picture. Like some of you now, I see just your names there without a picture, okay, or you put your name on the club and things like this. Better, because why? Sometimes you meet your clients over Zoom, okay? Have a picture there. They may see the picture before they see you, okay? And that short moment, okay, it creates an impression already. And especially they don't know you yet. This is the first time, okay? So my advice, get a good picture, okay? Even online. Nicholas, hi, you're smiling, good. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so switch on your cameras, yeah, and it helps, right? So always seeing people's faces helps a lot. Yeah? So pictures affect. Okay, so choose a good picture, relatively good picture. Next, we talk about smiles. Yeah. So just now, like Henry, I could see you smiling already. Okay, yeah. And why? You see, over here, just talking about smiles, not just any smile, people can detect whether that smile is authentic or not. And so if you're very sincere, your smile will be consistent. All right, yeah. So smiling actually helps a lot. Yeah. So it doesn't help when you have a non-smiley face. Okay. Now the trick is, okay, to smile authentically, and people can detect whether it's an authentic or inauthentic smile. Yeah. So how do you do that? Okay. Well, find something you like about the person. Okay. You may not like the person, but then actually you like because he does a lot of voluntary work. You like that part of the work. Then when you smile, think of the voluntary work that he does, and then you smile. Okay, and you come across, sincere and authentic. The next thing, the science also shows one more thing. Okay, and this is about mirror. Yeah, what do you mean by mirror? Mirroring is the conscious behavior in which a person, okay, subconsciously imitates the gesture. That means you try to imitate the gesture, the speech pattern. So if the person speaks slower than you, you actually slow down a little. Okay, yeah. So you mirror the other person. Now, mirroring creates a feeling of liking. Interesting, eh? Yeah, it creates liking and strengthens the bonds of trust between them. So when you sit opposite the person, try to mirror, okay, his posture, his speed, yeah, and it creates liking. Right? Right. Now, I'm going to share with you one more factor. It's similarity. Okay? Similarity is very interesting. What do you see here? A lot of you like cars. What cars are these? Anybody? Anybody can identify?
Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo. Yes, Eric. Douglas, Alfa Romeo, right? If you know cars.
Yes, Alfa Romeo.
Yes. Okay, so this is my friend. Okay, yeah, this is my friend Kenneth. He migrated to Australia, and when he left Singapore, I bought his Alfa Romeo. He's the Alpha nut. Yeah. So in Australia, he's got 3 or 4 Alphas. Okay, yeah, 3 or 4, and they're all very cheap. Yeah? Buying less than 20,000 each or so. Right. Now, if you were to connect with him, all you have to do, very quickly, you see that his love for cars doesn't even have to be Alfa Romeo. Okay? Meaning that if you like cars and you know a little bit about cars, talk to Kenneth about cars. Very quickly, okay, you get the liking factor. So in other words, you need to be observant here. Okay? So similarity, the science shows that we actually like others who are like us. So you have to look for similarity, and similarity can be found in many things. You're a family man, I'm a family man. you will find that similarity. We can talk about kids. But if there is something special, like my friend here, Alfa Romeo cars, just cars alone, if you're interested, talk cars to him. Okay? Just talk cars to him, you're fine. So how will you know whether he likes cars? So you can ask the people that he knows, you can look at websites, social media, and then you realize, hey, this guy really loves his cars, right? Yeah. So see, you have to sort of research the people that you're meeting and pick the topic that you can talk. So similarity can be found in many things. Okay, identities like nationality, dialect. You are the same dialect, Teochew Nam. Okay, yeah, you can speak Teochew a little bit. Why do politicians do that? Right? Yeah. You go and see Aukang, right? Yeah. If the politicians are not able to speak Teochew, it's tougher, much tougher, right? But this dialect helps them to connect. That liking happens. Suddenly you trust a person just because he speaks Teochew. And the sign shows it does happen. Okay. So cars, sports, hobbies, these are things that you can look at. Now, what's the application for you in financial services? Okay. Because first impression counts, right? And you're meeting the person for the first time, right? Okay. So what do? Right? Be early. Do the small talk. And I think Chung, shared with us during the session, how small talk really helped him by awakening this. Be early, make time for the small talk. Don't jump straight into the business. Okay. And what do you small talk on? Research your client. Okay. Try to find out a little bit more, not just the organization, but the person you're dealing with. Okay. What are his likes? What are his dislikes? Okay, yeah, and now you can do it in various ways. Ask people that know him. Okay, you can do LinkedIn search, you can do Facebook search. Okay, just know a little bit about the background of this person. Okay, and then somehow weave in a topic. Yeah, so if you see me face to face and you don't have any chance to do that, look around. If you meet a person in the office, look around the office. Usually what they value is displayed around them. If you meet them at home, look around. Okay, don't go in blinded. If you go in the house and you notice a lot of bicycles, okay, is it about biking? And if you are a cyclist or you've cycled before, or your son cycles or your daughter cycles, there's a common topic. Okay, so please observe. Is it flowers? Is it plants? This person really into plants. I'm not into plants. Okay, I do aquatic plants. I don't know nuts about those plants that live on land, but aquatic plants I do. Okay, but my wife does, so I can just bring it up and allow the person to talk. Okay, so what I need you all to do, okay, is to be observant. Choose a topic. Okay, of course you can talk about the weather, which is very friendly, but it doesn't help in the liking. Okay, choose a topic that they are passionate about and that you can connect, that you know something about. Okay, so look around the office, look around their home. Okay, is it sports they are dealing with? Is it the kids? Even you could try to find that if you're a family man, they are family men, there can be similarity. And you use this similarity to start your small talk. And that's how the liking happens. Okay, yeah, and you can't fake it. So you got to be genuine. If you don't fake that, you know bicycles when you don't. Okay, don't try to do that. All right, yeah, yeah. You have to be genuine. Yeah, if you cycle and you like, maybe you're casual cycle, it's okay. It's enough. Yeah, yeah. But pick a common ground, a similarity that you can choose, that you can talk about. Okay, yeah. So observe. Open your eyes. Observe. Yeah, yeah. And the other thing, focus also on liking others. Be genuine. Yeah. When you show liking to the other person, yeah, this will amplify the effect of liking. Okay. All right. Let's move to another principle. Let me share this with you. Okay. And this is quite interesting. This is about reciprocity. Okay. Simple. People will feel obligated to give back to those who give them first. Now, the trick here is to give first. Okay, so is to give first, and that's how you start. Okay, now when you give first, sometimes it doesn't come back. too bad. Okay, too bad. But have the spirit of giving. That means be helpful. Continue to be helpful. So, in other words, be helpful to others. The help will come back to you. Yeah. Now, this influence is very powerful. Yeah. Now, reciprocity is very hardwired into us. Okay. It's hardwired for us to reciprocate, to give back to others who have given to us. This is the paise effect. Okay. You feel very paise. Yeah. You receive something, you want to give back. That's why when you go to dinner to a person's place, you bring a bottle of wine, maybe you bring something, right? Why? Paise. Okay. Yeah. So in business, it happens all the time. Now, when you receive a gift, it activates your brain. You literally, this is chemical, okay, yeah. And then the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex, the emotions, the decision making, and the way you settle this discomfort, okay, the brain will be disturbed, and you settle discomfort is by giving back. All right, yeah. So there's cognitive conflict if you don't, and some people will just ignore it. That's why the paise effect. You feel uncomfortable. Feel the best way to describe it. You feel very paise. Okay, yeah. And they have studied it. Yes, because the chemicals are released, and that's why you feel like that, and you dissipate the chemicals by actually giving back. Now, okay, so that's the resolution to give back. Right now, reciprocity is very powerful. Yeah, and you can build relationships with that. Okay. Now, of course, you can give tangible stuff. Okay. Mooncake, wine. Okay. You can buy dinners. Okay. However, besides tangible stuff, you can look at intangibles. Okay. At intangibles. Intangibles, that means you cannot touch, you cannot feel this thing. Yeah. So how? And the intangibles work sometimes even better than the tangibles. That's the best part. And the intangibles are within your control. Okay. But the client or the person you're dealing with will not feel it until you emphasize that, hey, this is the intangible gift that we've given you. How do we do that? Okay. You give time, you give attention, you give a smile, you give information. Okay. Effort. Yeah. All these are intangibles. Okay. Now, how is the client going to feel it? How is it going to show? Right? Well, it is the homework that you do. Okay, so if the homework, you gather a lot of information, a lot of research that's really suitable for them, and then show them how much effort there is, how much information you're giving them. Okay, yeah. So it needs to be packaged as such. Don't do it in passing. Okay. Now tell them you've done this. Okay, I'm still doing this especially for you, and this your information is here and things like that. And they can see it. Once they see, they say, "Wow, there's quite a lot of effort you have put in." Okay, and that's the effect you want. You say, "Wow." Well, that means the moment they see something is a wow. Okay, that means they can feel the effect. Okay, what this actually happens is that they will feel a sense of obligation to give back. Okay, between two persons, perhaps you have been there before. Okay, this time you are the buyer, right? Between two salesperson, one person has done all the homework, okay, done all the homework and really give you all the research, and then the other person, so only, both giving you the same kind of quotation, but another person really makes an effort to research and things like this. Then you feel like, hey, wow, this person really deserves it. Have you been there before? Yeah, you give the person who you feel really deserves it. Okay, yeah, so that's the reciprocity, right? Now, quick story, okay, yeah, I'm going to share with you, yeah, and it's very simple story, I told you this before. A Boy Scout actually asked Dr. Robert Cialdini to buy funfair tickets, $5, and he said no. Okay, he said no, and then the Boy Scout said, okay then, how about then buying just these chocolate bars from me? They're just $1 each. And then Cialdini said, okay, yes. And then he bought 2 bars. Then he was wondering, how come the Boy Scout is able to sell him something, okay, that he doesn't like, which is chocolates? Okay, and he bought 2 bars and part with something that he really likes, which is his money, which is the $2. Okay, and then led him to this research, okay, which is very interesting. This has a lot of impact to you. Okay, so let me just ask you. This is a marketing survey. Okay, so Henry, let's say Henry, I call you. Okay, I call you. Okay, I say hi, Henry. I'm doing a marketing research. Okay, and this will take 1 hour online on the phone. Okay, can I have 1 hour of your time, please, Henry? What will you say?
I would either say okay or I'll say I'm not free, call me later, or not interested.
Okay, all right. So so what will you say? Really, I ask you for 1 hour, Henry. Now you have to be sincere.
Like right now, I'll say no, I'm in a meeting.
Okay, say no. Okay, yeah. Then, okay, so right now, okay, suppose you're free and yet for 1 hour you say no. So the next question is, Henry, okay, I understand. Yeah, I understand. It's okay. And I accept that. Would it be okay if you give me 15 minutes of your time only to answer just one segment of the survey? Would that be okay? What would you say then?
I would say I don't know what's it about. Probably not interested.
Okay. Yeah. So if I describe to you what it's about, will it be okay for just 15 minutes instead?
I don't mind.
Okay, you don't mind, huh? Okay, you don't mind. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, this is interesting because this is what they did, This is how they conducted, okay, many surveys. Yeah. So what they did was to ask people for 1 hour of their time, right, Henry? Okay, 1 hour of their time. And then subsequently, most people would say no, because it's too long, right? And then they asked 15 minutes of their time. Okay, yeah. And then they wanted to know what is the rate of success. How many people actually said yes for this 15 minutes? Okay. So that was the question. Okay, yeah. And they did that. Now, what they wanted to know is another group of people. This time, this group, they just asked straight 15 minutes. Okay, so that would be the control group. That means if I just ask you straight 15 minutes, don't ask you the 1 hour first, would that make a difference? What do you think? Would that make a difference? Yes? Yeah? Okay. Why? Why would that make a difference? Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so this is the study and then the results here. Okay, those who are asked straight 15 minutes, how many of them said yes? Okay, let me share with you the results. Only 25% said yes. That means they were asked a straight 15 minutes, that's all. But those like Henry that were asked a 1 hour and subsequently 15 minutes, 44% actually said yes. Very much higher. Okay, yeah, very much higher. Okay, so now this does not mean you ask for a big request. No. Okay, this is what the study shows. And this is very important to note that. That means you only have a 25% result, okay, but you get a 44% result, almost half, okay, if they were asked 60 minutes and then 15 minutes. Okay, so what's happening here? This is actually, whether you believe it or not, it's actually reciprocity, okay? Concession leads to reciprocal concession, meaning what? Okay, I give in to you, you give in to me. That's concession, okay, giving in. Okay, so Henry, when you said no to me, okay, to my request for 1 hour, I accept your no. Once I accept your no, I'm giving in to you. I'm giving you a concession. Then straight away, I ask you another request. Okay, I ask you another request. So now it's actually your turn to give in to me. Can you see that? So this is actually psychology here that's happening. Okay. So in other words, what's the implication? When I accept your no, okay, yeah, I should get ready another request immediately. Okay, I should get ready another request. So that means you should not walk away from a no. I should get another request, but a smaller request. So the first request is the ideal one. That means it's the ideal. I want 1 hour. I really want 1 hour. Cannot I ask something less? Okay, but don't walk away. Yeah. because the chances of getting a yes is almost 50-50 already, 44%. Okay, yeah? Okay, now if tomorrow you come back, if tomorrow I come back to you, Henry, hey, by the way, can I ask for 15 minutes instead? The effect is different. The effect is I'm still going to get only 25% probability. Okay, now what's the application for this? Okay, yeah, okay, of all in reciprocity, okay, yeah, ask whom can I help? That's one. Next, you must always prepare yourself for a no. Okay, when I say prepare yourself for a no, that means it can be anything, whether it's making an appointment, whether it's sales, okay, yeah. Don't walk away from that no. Of course, you try 3 times, maybe, they tell you, yeah, at the same level. Huh? You must have a fallback plan. That means you must have a request that is slightly smaller than your ideal. If you had asked him for 30 minutes of his time, then reduce it to about 15 minutes, maybe. Okay, yeah. Why? Because on the back of a no, okay, you must ask. You cannot go back and come back another day. The psychological effect is that you must ask there and then when he gives a no. Because a concession, when I take the no is a concession, then there's a reciprocal concession. So you must have them ready. Your fallback plan must have them ready. Yeah, you'll be surprised. We don't have fallback plans actually. Okay, yeah, we don't have them ready. So whether it's in the insurance plans or even making appointments. Okay, now this is of significant importance for financial professionals because making appointments key. Okay, so you should have fallback plan. What is your fallback plan? So you have to create. Okay, next, sales presentations. Remember, you get a no. What do you do? Not just at the end, but in between. Okay, maybe you say, okay, perhaps not now. Can we phase out the implementation? Yeah. Okay, then stakeholder buy-in. Maybe you have groups of people or any form of negotiation, actually. Okay, yeah. Now, my time is almost up, but I'm going to leave you with these ideas. Okay, yeah. And the last idea that I will take 2 minutes to share with you is about consensus. Okay, consensus is we decide to do what other people like to do. Okay, that means we look at others. We look at others. Okay, and this is something very natural. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a quick video, and then this is a consensus experiment.
The deck of the USS Intrepid conducting an experiment, and the rules of the game couldn't be simpler.
You've got to decide which one of these 3 straight lines is the same length as this first card.
Take a look for yourself. Think you've got it? Before we reveal the answer, we'll show you where these people stand.
I think it's A.
A.
A. It's A.
Yeah, I'm ready to go with A.
It looks like everyone is going with A.
Definitely A.
Do they know something you don't?
What do you think?
Take one last look. Are you going with these people who all picked A? Or did you choose to go with B or C? Time's up. Got your pick?
It's A.
You're gonna go with the group.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Is that what you picked? Or did you go with another answer? It turns out the answer to this round is C. And while you likely chose C first and stuck with your answer, we also know that some viewers might have felt the peer pressure and switched to A.
It's A.
I want to ask you something. Did your gut at first tell you that the answer was actually C?
Yeah, but everyone was choosing A, so I just felt like I had to pick A too.
You felt the pull of the crowd.
Yeah.
In case you haven't figured it out yet, we'll let you in on a little secret. The first 9 people in this line were working for us, and each time we ran the experiment, they were instructed to pick the same wrong answer.
A.
A.
A. It's A.
Seeing all these people choose A left the last person in line who wasn't in on it with a tough decision: to go with their gut or with a group.
You're gonna go with the group.
Yeah.
Although not all of the test subjects at the end of the line fell for it.
I think it's C.
In spite of what everybody else thinks. You don't trust the wisdom of the crowd?
I'm trusting my gut.
Okay.
To be perfectly honest, I think C looks closest.
You think that they're all wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
And don't beat yourself up if you were tempted to go along with the crowd.
Make your choice.
I'm gonna have to go with A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. What happened?
I have a confession.
Okay.
I actually thought it was C. So
Did you start to question your own judgment?
I did. I don't want to be the dumb kid. I don't want to stand out. You know, I was like, A.
Have you ever ignored the truth to fit in with a group? Just think, what if those weren't lines, but evidence in a murder case? Would you be able to see past the group consensus and just go with your gut?
Studies show that when someone holds a different opinion than the rest of the group, the anterior cingulate cortex, also known as the oops area of the brain, produces an error signal. We try to fix that by modifying our opinion to be in line with the group, even if it's a viewpoint we're uncomfortable with or know is wrong. And that's because there's some major evolutionary advantages for those who follow along with the group, namely survival. If you want to stay safe, stay with the herd.
Okay, yeah, and there we have it. So if you want to stay safe, stay in the herd, it says. Okay, yeah. Now, so what do we have here? We have a situation that you can use information. So this kinds of information you can use, yeah. Consensus, yeah. And I'm going to share with you, for example, here, these kinds of information, yeah. And this was a survey done by NTUC Income, and you get information, you get research done. 6 out of 10 people, okay, would invest their money, things like this. 50% of Singaporeans would do a certain thing, yeah, start planning for their retirement. So that means you're telling others that, hey, there are many people also doing this, okay, yeah, and this is important. This is important to show that, yes, once you show that consensus is there, this is like social proof that this is the right thing to do. Yeah. So if you've got valuable research, please use it in part of your presentation, in part of your whatever that you give to your clients. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Now, with that, I know my time is up, Jake. Okay. Yeah. Very short. I hope this sharing helps. Yeah. I'm able to take a few questions if there are some.
Okay, thank you, Adrian, so much for your sharing. Very good, very scientific approach, and yeah, we all of us learned something from this 30 minutes of short sharing. So before Adrian leave the platform, any one of you here have any question? Let's ask Adrian, who is a principal consultant and a professional coach. Yeah, of this course. Yeah. Anyone? So as usual, you know, Adrian, you know, Singaporeans are very shy and don't know what to ask. But anyway, I'm sure they learned a lot today. Yeah. So yeah, Adrian, you want to share something about the detail of your course?
Okay, I can perhaps. Jake, we're gonna walk it through. Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Okay, so as you guys can see from the screen, okay, the next course coming up is on the 9th to 11th May. Okay. For those who can make it for this course, you can come for this course. But if you are interested in the course, but you can't make it for this 9 to 11, there will be other course. But after 30th June, right, rather July 1st onwards, right, your subsidy will be lesser, okay, just for information. So currently, the timing that you see day 1 and day 2 is 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. for the first 2 days. Day 3 is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The fee is 1650. After IBF funding, as all know, you are age 40 and above, you only pay 10% of the 1650. That means you only pay 165 if you are age 40 and above. If you are age 39, you pay double of that, okay, double of that of 165, but you have a training grant of 130. So if let's say you are above 40 years old, 40 and above, you pay 165, you take back training grant 130, so you only pay like $35, right? So net fee, age 40 and above, you pay 35, age 39 below, you pay $200. But this price is until 30th June if you sign up before that. After 30th June, right, you can still sign up, but then the IBF funding will be lesser, okay, will be much lesser. So I will leave it to our guys who to seriously think about it, I'm sure the course will benefit you. Do consider and come back to your leader in 2 days' time, maybe by tomorrow. Let your leader know by today or by tomorrow. If you are keen to sign up, do let your leader know, and then we can connect, you guys with Adrian. Okay? So before Adrian leaving, thanks, Adrian, so much for your time. And our FSC, do take note, okay? Tell your leader if you are keen to sign up. Above 40 and above, you pay actually $35, right? For 3 days of education, you only pay $35. For if you're younger, of course, it's good that you're younger, right? It's good that you're younger, so you pay more, you pay $200, okay? But it means you learn already, you are younger, what means you have many years of practical experience, right? You can benefit more. So if you are 25 and you learn this knowledge, you can benefit from it for many years, because the skill and the scientific rule behind the power of persuasion, is really powerful. It's sometimes not really common sense, but a lot of times people think they got common sense, but they never practice. A lot of people have common sense, but they don't practice. Sometimes we need to be taught to do the thing that we need to learn. Okay, many years ago, I learned something that impacted me most about education and learning. There's this saying, the person that you become 5 years from now will depend on the people that you mix with, the books that you read, and the education and training that you receive. It will shape you, the kind of person that you become 5 years from now. So 5 years from now, what kind of person you will become will depend on the books that you read, the people that you mix with, and the education and training that you receive. So in my early years, of my career, I think Adrian knows me for 20 years, more than 20 years. I always believe in education and training. It's very important. Now, I think more than a few years ago, a lot of us, when we spend on education, we have to pay the full fee. We have to pay the full fee. Many years ago, Adam Khoo, I had Adam Khoo training many years ago. Adam Khoo told me in his early years, right? Adam Khoo, you know about Adam Khoo, right? He told us that he fly around anywhere in the world, in the US, in other countries, just to be educated, just to learn something. And he spent things like 20, 30,000 a year to be educated. And there's no IBF funding. It's all hard-earned money, 20, 30,000 during his early years. Adam Khoo said he believed in investment. Sometimes we have people who are very stingy on spending education money because they feel that it's a cost, which I don't agree. Okay? I think as a professional, we should set aside at least a few $1,000s a year or 5% of our income for education and training, because that is an investment. And in 2-3 years ago, there's no IBF funding. Today, we have IBF funding. Government pay 90%, you pay 10%, and yet we are not utilizing the funding. It's actually very silly. It's very silly. Okay, you only pay 10% and you are not using the advantage. You are very silly, because just a few years ago, we had to pay 100%. Now is the opportunity for you to tap on government grant, and you are not acting on it. It's very silly. Okay, Adam Khoo spend 20, 30,000 a year. Many top people I know in the industry spend money on education. So don't, because of the small fee that you're going to pay, then stop you from learning. Okay, because like I mentioned, 5 years down the road, whether you become COT, MDRT, or a better person, a better version, it depends on the book that you read, the courses that you attend, and the training that you receive, and the people that you mix with. Very important. Right, so take every learning opportunity a chance to develop yourself. Okay, you may not learn 100% of the 3-day course, but even if you learn 50%, 40%, you apply, I'm sure the money is well spent, right? So yeah, that's all I have to say. So I do encourage every one of you to think carefully, seriously about the course, and let your leader know by today or by tomorrow, then we can get back to Adrian, right? Okay.
Thanks, Jake. I'll take my leave. Thanks, everyone, for your attention. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Thanks, guys. Bye. All the best.
Thank you, Adrian. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay, so before we leave, just a reminder that our D&D is coming next month, 6th of May. So I want to tell you guys that we have a very interesting program for you line up on that day. Just for your info, we have MC. We have very higher MC, which is a professional MC. He's a joker. So make sure that he will do a lot of fun for us on that day. Okay, his name is Eddie. We have a videographer, we have a photographer, we have engaged a team of professional videographer and photographer for the night. We also hire a karaoke and sound system. We have rented a karaoke and sound system for you guys to sing song. So I encourage our, our so-called, JU district or we group district got talent. Show off your talent that night. That is that for you to show off your talent. And we would like to give you lucky draw prizes and even you come out to sing song. We'll give you some kind of token of appreciation, voucher, whatsoever. There'll be something like that we'll arrange for our volunteers to come and sing and have fun. At the same time, there'll be some lucky draw item. And we also order 30 bottles of wine. So make sure you don't drive there so you can drink until you're drunk. Okay. Yeah, so we will have some entertainment and we have a set up committee. Okay, a D&D committee led by Celine. Celine is IC. And then we have JT in the group, Douglas, Cedric, and Sarah in the group, in the committee. So the committee will decide what fun will be on that night, what kind of program, entertainment program. So we like to make the program very interesting. So I do encourage you guys to invite your client, your top client, or your partner, your spouse, to the event. Right? It's a rare event that we have for over last 3 years. So I think, it's good for you to invite someone, okay, if you can. Right, so that's all for today. Over to you, Edmund and Douglas.
I think that's all. The committee also, Marcus also in the committee.
Oh, sorry, Marcus. Marcus, a very important man. He helped us to do the design of the backdrop. So you'll see a very nice design done by this Marcus. Yes.
Okay. Eman, you got anything to add on? If no, then we can close the meeting for today. On the phone. Okay, I think that's all for us. That's all. Okay, see you guys. Bye.